Okay, hi, welcome. My name is Chana Frazin. I'm a certified aromatherapist. I live in the Golan Heights on Moshav Yonatan with my wonderful husband and our four wonderful and energetic children. I just wanted to thank Yaakov Sullivan for inviting me to be part of Love from the Golan. So we'll share some ideas, tips, and tricks for getting through these hard times together, from my heart to your home. So what is aromatherapy? Aromatherapy is the use of essential oils, and essential oils are aromatic compounds extracted from plants and trees. Essential oils are volatile, meaning that they evaporate quickly and are readily absorbed into the body. We take them from plants and trees from all different parts, depending on the oil that we are extracting, from the roots, the leaves, the stems, the bark, inside the bark, all different parts, right? Many people are familiar with rose oil, roses, right? Rose is so special, so that's from the petals, and it takes a ton of rose petals to make one small bottle of rose oil, which is why real rose oil is so expensive. Aromatherapy has been around since the beginning of time. Most, if not all, cultures and religions used spices and plant extracts, resins, and incense for religious and spiritual rituals and purposes. A personal favorite image for me is Queen Esther from the Purim story, soaking in baths, bathing for 11 months, preparing to meet King Ahasuerus, and she bathed in frankincense and myrrh, which are known to be very healing for the skin, calming and beautiful, nurturing oils, which we still use today. We'll talk a little bit more about frankincense later on. And even before the Purim story, we have the story of creation, in which Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden and they ate from the tree of life, and all of their senses were involved except for the sense of smell. Right? They heard the snake talk to them, tell them to do it. They touched the tree, they ate the fruit. They did not use their sense of smell, and this is a reason in Judaism why we say that the sense of smell is totally pure. Nothing ever ruined it because it was not involved in the original sin of mankind like all the other senses. So then in the late 1900s, I'm not sure exactly when, I think 1989 perhaps, scientists discovered that our sense of smell has direct access to our limbic brain, to our emotional center in our brain, the smell goes straight up our nose into our limbic system, the home of our emotions and memories. So to me, that's really awesome, because I feel like we had that in the creation story, that our sense of smell is pure, and then science said, yeah, it's pure, and you can even reach your brain. As a person inhales the essential oils, right, the molecules go up to the back of the nostrils, to the epithelium patch, and then the odor information is sent to the olfactory bulb in the brain. Oh, and I have a slide to share with you on that. Resume share. Yes, are we sharing? We're sharing. And so here is the essential oil being inhaled through the nose. It goes up the nasal cavity. Here is the olfactory bulb and directly into the limbic system and amygdala. And the aroma is sent directly to the brain, where it is processed and releases neurochemicals that can be relaxing or stimulating depending on the essential oil that you are using, right? It's not that the essential oil goes straight into your brain. The oil has been translated as a chemical message somewhere right around here, right? Because I already said that the oils evaporate quickly, and what goes into the brain is a chemical message, because that's what our brain reads, our chemical messages. So how can we use that? right? It can be, we can put in the smell we want to elicit that emotion. For relaxing, we could smell some lavender. For something stimulating, we can use some peppermint, something like that. So that is how the aromatherapy works. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this screen share. I don't know why this is so big. I'm going to pause this for a minute and we'll see if that works. Okay. So that's science catching up, and which is why when you walk into someone's house, even if it's for the first time, you could smell something and suddenly feel very comfortable in their home. Like for instance, if they're baking cookies or fresh baked bread, all of a sudden you could be transported to this memory of being in your grandmother's house, and you're very comfortable, and you've never been there before. Maybe you don't know the people in the home, or you could have been there 1,000 times, but suddenly you have this smell that takes you back to a different time, hopefully a happy memory being in your grandmother's house. So how can we take advantage of this sense of smell and all of its wonderful things? So we can create the environment that we want using the sense of smell. So you could see in the background, I have this, that light is an aromatherapy diffuser. Put water and a few drops of oil in, and it has a mist that comes up, and it helps the room smell like what we put into it. So if you want to create a calming atmosphere, you could put some lavender oil. I'm going to make a disclaimer right now. Whatever I say here today about essential oils is only about certified pure therapeutic grade oils, which is unfortunately not all oils. Many oils, more than 75% of the oils, essential oils created in the world today on the market are adulterated. They have been cut with synthetic fillers, either a synthetic carrier oil to just fill the bottle and make it less expensive, or a less expensive aromatic compound to smell like that oil. So you'll know some oils are much more expensive across the board, like rose oil and frankincense oil. They are harder to harvest, and they're expensive. And if you find a rose oil that is cheap, then I can tell you right off the bat that it's not a pure rose oil, and maybe you don't want to put that on your body. Some of them could really be cut with harsh chemicals that are actually not good for us and can do the exact opposite of what we want to be doing. So please look for pure essential oils only. And so, like I said, the diffuser, you can put oils in, and when we entered our shutdown, our Corona time shutdown, that is exactly what I did. I would wake up in the morning, come downstairs, and start putting diffusers on around the house. Some lavender, some orange. We want to be happy. We want to be calm. 4 kids in the house and having no idea when this would end and what was going to happen. At first, of course, it was fun because school was canceled and they're kids. So no offense to the teachers, but that was fun at first. I'm going to continue sharing my screen now. I hope. Share. Yes, so we did that. And this was our first aromatherapy house project. I think the first day we made aromatherapy slime. So that was really fun. Made a simple slime recipe and added some food coloring just for fun, and aromatherapy. We put in essential oils. We put in lavender for calming, and balance, which is a very grounding oil. It has a lot of wood oils in it. This is balance. It has whole wood and spruce, right? So the energy of a tree is grounding, it's very rooted. You can count on trees. So we turn to tree oils for some more stability. If you've ever spent time in a forest, a big old forest with tall trees, it's very comforting. There's like a wisdom to old trees. So We love tree oils. It's really fun. And this one in particular is tree oils mixed with blue tansy and blue chamomile. So very calming, a really interesting, lovely smell. That's a lot of fun. It's also a great one on the feet, the balance oil. So we have our aromatherapy Play-Doh. And they just played with it for hours, stretching it and pulling it and mushing it. And it was in their face and up in their noses and in the atmosphere. The oils just kept going through. Let's see, we have very simple ingredients, some dish soap and potato starch. And here I believe is our lemon oil. Lemon is very cleansing and uplifting, and it's a happy oil. All kids love lemon. I've really never met a person. I teach a lot of workshops around the country, and I've never had someone not love the lemon oil. It's clean and crisp, and it's also familiar, right? So lemon is also great for our mood. Whoops, sorry. Where's our lemon? There's our lemon oil, right? Clean and crisp. So lemon is also great for focus. It's a great one to send to school with kids. Can help on a test. Had a kid that used to keep a little one in his pencil case, and he would smell it sometimes. He said he would do it before a test. It helped him. Maybe it was just like he was nervous. It was kind of like a hug from his Ema at school. Smell the lemon, let me connect. My Ema loves me. So there's also, talked a little bit about calming and lavender. You can always add lavender. Most people know lavender, right? It's, I feel like anyone who has 1 or 2 essential oils in their home, it's lavender and tea tree. Those are the basics that most people have. So lavender is everything calming. For the skin, for your emotions. It's amazing. After a burn, you can put it directly in the bath, and put it on someone's spine, on their feet, to help putting oils on the feet. We're using the reflexology foot map. Your foot really represents your whole body according to reflexology. So we use that. It's a very easy way to put the oils on, and it's very safe to put them on the feet, even from a young age. I do not suggest most oils for newborn babies, so please be in touch if you want specifics about babies, but most you have to really wait for, but lavender is safe, and especially on the feet or in the diffuser. It's very calming and grounding, great for a good night's sleep. Teenage flare-up skin, great for the skin. All skin, great after a sunburn to calm the burn. And with some peppermint. Peppermint is very cooling. So you can use lavender and peppermint in some kind of carrier oil, a base oil. If you don't have almond oil at home or coconut oil at home, whatever you have, you can really use some olive oil if you have to calm a sunburn. It's very helpful for the burn. Also, lavender and peppermint together is great for a fever, to help bring down a fever. So that's a really good combination to remember. Let's see what we have next is frankincense, right? So I said I would talk a little bit more about frankincense, which in Hebrew is levona, and this is in the spice mixture, the ketoret, from the temple in Judaism. This is a very special oil, very special oil. It's really great for a lot of things. It's very calming, so it's calming to the immune system. It is great for the immune system. It's great for a lot of big cellular health issues that might be going on in the world. It's an antidepressant. It's great for pain, back pain, headaches. You can even take a few drops under your tongue directly if you're having intense back pain or need to calm down quickly. Frankincense is a really great one. There's a ton of research online that you can find about frankincense oil. You can write to me if you want to find out more about it. It's really great. It's referred to as the king of oils because you can't go wrong with frankincense. And if you ever have something that is a little bit stuck, like like a late winter cough, I would then add frankincense directly on the chest and put something else on top of that, like a respiratory blend, to help really move that cough. Frankincense is our dear friend. Yes, indeed. And dating all the way back. So we know it's been around for a while. If it's been around that long, it must be true. I'm going to talk a little bit more about using oils on the feet and share a story about a woman that I worked with. Her daughter was having a really hard year in school with friends, not really having friends. So didn't feel secure, had a lot of things going on, and then allergy season hit and her allergies were terrible and she was always congested, and through this prolonged period of time of being congested, developed a facial tic from always wiping her nose, rubbing her eyes, kind of a whole bunch of facial movements from her congestion. So this is the respiratory blend called Air, and it's amazing. And oh, and her daughter didn't like mint or doesn't like mint, I don't know. And it has eucalyptus and peppermint, and it's minty. And mint isn't necessarily every kid's best friend, although I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. Most kids don't want mint so close, it's very strong. But they do like spearmint gum, so there's usually hope. So we used it on her daughter's feet. The toes, your 4 toes, are the sinus points on your feet, and the big toe is the emotional center. This is direct access to your limbic brain. So it's a very easy way to reach your brain, right? You don't need to go in and do anything too much, just go for the big toe. So we, the mother, massaged oils on her daughter's toes every morning when she would wake up before school, massaging, stimulating the sinus points, and also putting it on the big toe, because one of the things that I love about essential oils, they are multifaceted, right? It's not just the respiratory blend to help with her breathing, it's the respiratory blend to help with her emotional breathing, that she had the weight of the world on her chest. She couldn't take a deep breath. She couldn't relax. She was miserable and had no self-confidence and didn't feel loved. And this oil not only helps clear up our physical breathing, but it helps our emotional breathing and helps us feel we can take that deep breath again and move forward. And within, it was less than 3 weeks, she told me that her daughter's tic had totally stopped. She wasn't even sure when. She said, it passed, and I'm calling you today because I just realized it's totally gone, and I hadn't thought about it for a while. But every morning before school, she'd put oils on her feet. Every night before bed, she'd put oils on her daughter's feet. It was a beautiful way to connect with our children. We are big proponents of the foot. It doesn't have to be long. You don't think, I don't know how to do a foot massage. You don't need to have a foot massage. Everyone just wants to be touched. Most people want to be touched by someone who loves them. So you can take out respiratory blend or lavender, anything nice, and just connect for a few minutes and have that touch and aromatic experience together. I also find when I do it for my kids, actually at bedtime, if I feel, okay, just go to bed already, I have to go clean the kitchen or whatever it is I need to do after they go to sleep, instead of feeling rushed and I want to get out of here, I'm very happy to also enjoy and have this aromatic moment with them. And it's a real connection point for us. It's beautiful, calms them, calms me, and it's really wonderful. Highly recommend. Foot massage, you can look up the reflexology Google chart on reflexology chart on Google. Yes, the Google chart. On Google, very basic, simple, just use the toes. It works very well. So this is my daughter when she was the first one who went back to school here, because they sent back first, second, and third grade first. And she's in first grade. And as the mom, I thought, well, am I ready to send her back? On the physical level, yes. I know she's healthy. There was almost, thank God, almost no corona here in the Golan. And I know we have the great tools for staying healthy. So she, you know, that morning woke up and she was a little bit nervous after being home for 9 weeks, but we put some Brave oil on her. right? This is a beautiful collection created just for kids with these colorful caps. So this is Brave, and it has orange and clementine, and it's awesome, a little bit minty and energizing. It's called the Courage Blend. It's really sweet. Everybody loves this. I highly recommend this one for kids. Whether you're going back to school or not going back to school, going out of your house, not at some point you have to quote unquote return to. So it's a great tool to lean on. Brave. We all could use a little more bravery. And another one of her favorites is the Red Cap, Stronger. It's an immune support. Also for her, it helped her to start to sleep through the night better. She wasn't sleeping through the night most of the time. And when we started using this oil, I did it at the beginning of the winter, just for winter wellness to keep boosting her immune system pre-corona. And I noticed that she started sleeping through the night. So this is a great one, and we love it. It has cedarwood oil in it, which is probably what helps her sleep through the night, and a whole bunch of other good stuff, some frankincense. So she feels confident. She has her tools. She feels like a piece of mom in her backpack when she takes them with her. So that's really great. Actually, there's a whole set of these. These are just the red, orange, yellow. So this is the recommended back to school steady. The green one in the middle is another great blend. It's just like the balance blend that I had talked about earlier, but in the kids version. So they're a little more mild. They're also diluted for school, after school. They are really great friends. And I see the purple one at the end, the calmer. That's a great one before bed. This is a chart showing different properties of the groupings of flora, I guess I would say. Trees, right? Trees are grounding and stabilizing. I mentioned that a little bit before. Flowers are beautiful, and we look at them and, oh, pretty, beautiful. So they're good for helping us feel beautiful and pretty. And a perfume, right? If we ever wear perfume, we do it to feel attractive for ourselves, to feel good about ourselves, maybe to feel attractive towards other people. But the flowers, they help us feel more assured, self-confident. The herbs down here, like peppermint, are awakening, refreshing, energizing. Peppermint's really fun, like I said before. And over here in spices, they're energizing and stimulating, like clove, and that's a star anise, and some black pepper, cinnamon, really warming, great for the immune system. A lot of the spices are great for the immune system. Citrus, which I talked about before, that the citrus, the oils are in this peel on the outside, and they're uplifting and happy and energizing. Great to put in the diffuser, not necessarily right before bed, but in combination maybe with lavender and frankincense before bed would be great. So these are great tools to take advantage of, whether you're going to school, you're not going to school, you're going back to the mall, you're not going back to the mall. You should move forward with confidence, emotional confidence and physical confidence. There are plenty of oils out there to strengthen our immune systems. Tea tree oil, right? That's the other one I'd mentioned, that most people who have one or two oils in the house, it's tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is a great immune protector. It's great against viruses or things that are outside of ourselves. It's great against toe fungus and things like that, things that we don't necessarily want growing on our bodies. So on the emotional level, tea tree oil also protects us emotionally from the negative energy we don't want to take into ourselves. So it's a great oil for that, for emotional shielding and protection. It's really great and cleansing oil. It is a little bit drying on the skin, so I would definitely mix it with something. It's a great partner with lavender always. For almost anything, you can treat it with lavender, tea tree, and frankincense. They are a great combination. I really recommend having tea tree oil around, especially at these times, and always. It's a great one. Actually, it was the first essential oil I ever owned. I was in college and I had itchy ears pretty much all my life, and I always had Q-tips in my possession. And one day my girlfriend saw me using my Q-tip addressing my itchy ear, and she said, why don't you try some tea tree oil on the end of that Q-tip and see how that does? And I did, and the itching in my ear stopped immediately. I had never felt that like relief in years. I could not believe it. And I went to the pharmacy and bought tea tree oil that day. Wasn't CPTG, but I didn't know about that then. And it was amazing. And from that day, I remember learning that, standing in my kitchen when I was in university, and from that day, I have always, always owned a bottle of tea tree oil. And now, as I continue to learn, it's just amazing all the things that it can do. But turned out that my itchy ears were linked to candida and a whole bunch of other things, which tea tree oil is good for. So highly recommend having a bottle of tea tree in your possession. It's really great. So whether you're stuck at home, need things to do, coming out of your home, whatever it is, you can find some strength and companionship in the oils. I feel like they're my friends and they help me. At the beginning, I showed a slide of the geranium oil. Geranium, I love her. She's my friend. For sure, she really is every woman's friend. It's a great oil for opening the heart and feeling more love and compassion for others. It's great to put a drop on your heart to start to open your heart more. And a lot of people say, I don't like geranium oil, it's so strong. And the truth is, I didn't like it either at the beginning. And I took my son for a massage with someone, and she used geranium and lavender on him and did this like technique up his back, and he loved it so much. And he said, please get this oil. This was before I was into oils and was an aromatherapist. So we got it, and I didn't really like it. I didn't care so much either way. So we used it on him. He loved the treatment. And then when I got into aromatherapy, I learned that geranium oil helps to open your heart. So I started putting a drop on my heart about 15 minutes before my kids' bus would pull in and they'd all come home. And it helped to really help me transition to the next part of the day. Oh, now my kids are all coming home. Now we have to feed everyone. Now there's going to be all kinds of interactions between them. So I would take like what I call an aroma moment to myself and put a drop on my heart and smell the oil and just get centered to start the afternoon with my kids. So I'm not a big meditator. I don't like to sit still. I like yoga and moving as more of my meditation, but I feel like the essential oils, they give me that pause, like to take a breath, right? Never really explored so much in breath work until very recently. But the oils, it's like an excuse to pause and take a breath, have like that reset moment, and we use them for that all the time. If I'm in a bad mood, something's going on in the kitchen, I'll walk away and go grab an oil and just smell it for a few seconds, maybe even 45 seconds, and I can feel my shoulders drop and my mood change, and I've had my transition. Okay, and now I can go back in, and right, I know that I have those chemical messengers going around in my brain, calm, happy. So I highly recommend it. And like I said, there'd be a little giveaway at the end. So a surprise at the end. So the surprise is I'm offering anyone who hears this recording and would like a free aromatherapy consultation with me, please contact me. I'm happy to do a 45-minute free aromatherapy consultation on the phone or on Zoom as my gift during these Corona times. What can help you and your family get through it a little more easily, a little happier, whatever it is that you need, right? Most of us have something, at least something in our lives that needs addressing. So I'm offering my services to help you at this time. Okay, so really wishing you all a safe time. Stay safe, wear your masks. And I saw this quote and it really spoke to me. When it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. So we do actually look for rainbows when it's raining here, which is really fun. And stars are amazing. So we need to turn and see the good that's out there, even in the bad situations. And when you can't find the good, create the good, right? You be the good, create the good, and can reach for a bottle of essential oil now to help create that new good. Okay, so I'm inviting you to come visit us here in the Golan. This was at the very beginning of the corona. This is before, I think before total shutdown. We could still go 400 meters from our house, and this is a 7-minute walk from our front door. And we went and it was amazing. This is us. So you're all welcome to come and visit us and swim in our winter stream that flows in the back, and come to the Golan and enjoy these shows that Jakob is putting together. It's an amazing program. Catch up on some of the ones from last week. I know there's more great stuff this week. And yeah, we're here when you're ready to come visit. So be well and stay safe.